All right, there we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to my stream. I'm DC. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky under DC Lasair. That's DC Lasair. Exclamation mark DC in chat. We'll get you a link to all the links. DCLasair.bio.link. If you're going to GaryCon, I'll be at GaryCon with a How to Produce TTRPG panel. Come watch it. It'll be fantastic. And what else? Oh, yeah. Episode 3 of my Lords of the Thorn show is up on YouTube. There's a playlist where you can catch up on all 3 episodes. So, do the thing. Right? Yeah. And what else? Today it's Tech Friday. Yay! So, yeah. It's Tech Friday. Yay! We're going to get into audio. Yeah. Audio tracks in OBS. Let's see here. And doing multi-track recording things. So, yeah. Let's see here. Just give people a minute to get on in here. If not, I hope everyone had a good weekend. The plan is audio stuff, audio multi-track recording in OBS, audio ducking, and then we go from there. Yeah. The normal tech news, RPG news thing that we normally do. So, I hope everyone's had a good week. Welcome to the weekend. Glad I can be part of the start of your weekend. Come on in. Enjoy the vibes. I'm checking out a couple sites, making sure nothing has popped up that I need to think about. Nothing has popped up I need to think about. Yay! Look at that. Golden. All right. I'm going to take a sip and just sit back, lean back, lean back, lean back, lean back. You can see the lights in my glasses. But lean back. Enjoy the weekend. Have another can. Haha, 2 cans. Yeah. Not the bird. Anyway, let me make sure I have posted everywhere I can post real quick. It feels like I'm forgetting something right now. Yeah, you ever have that? You're just like, what's going on? Let's see here. Yeah. All right. Gotta type a message real quick. We'll get going in just a couple minutes here. And let's see here. How do you configure it? Just looking at all right. Oh, I have a thing. Thing is beeping at me. Things are always beeping at me. Did you know that? Let's see here. Oh, Herb. Hello. Slides in, risky business style. Nice. How you doing? Glad to see you. I did honestly want to thank you for the auto shout outs in your Discord. That is very, very kind of you to set that up and include me in there. And it was just on my mind. Uh, okay. I, I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't think I am. So I think I have everything going. All right. Let's dig into Tech Friday, shall we? Yeah, I think so. I think it's time. I don't. It's like back of my head. There's something. Let's see here. Since I just set up audio recording tracks in OBS, I'm here to see if I got it right or take notes. Yay! All right, so let's break into Tech Friday with audio stuff. Those words. Audio tracks in OBS. Yeah. All right, so I have this handy graphic up for you. Now, my audio, before I show you this handy graphic, I route all my audio through Mixline, and then I tell, let me reverse that a little. So I tell Windows where programs should send their audio to. I use Mixline to do that. And then Mixline goes, okay, I'm putting this into this channel in your Rodecaster Duo mixer. And it's a lot easier than having to fumble around with going into the Windows commands that sometimes lose where they're supposed to go. So I just leave the Windows settings on default, and I let Mixline handle where the audio should go, because I got tired of Windows constantly messing that up, or there's an update and now I have to go in and figure out why that audio isn't there. And like 99% of that time, it was because the audio set to some other channel. So I got rid of that problem and used Mixline. Now Mixline just goes, no, audio, this thing, your browser audio, your Sirenscape, your Spotify, that goes here. That goes here to your Rodecaster Duo. So yeah, and Mixline is still, I think it's still in, yeah, it's still in beta. Oh, Kitty. Hello, Kitty. Hi. Yes, hi. You know you're there. Hi. And if you haven't used Mixline yet, you can sign up for the beta here. Put it in Caster Chat. Yes, I use a program called Caster Labs for my chat. So if I say Caster Chat, I mean the Caster Labs chat thing, which allows me to post to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Let's see. So that's the first step, is having all my audio sources going to the right place. They're all feeding into the Rodecaster Duo. Yes, Kitty. Hi. Oh my goodness, that was loud. Yes, hello. I'm explaining things. Do you want to help explain things? Do you want to help explain audio? Of course you do. Oh, sorry. You want to help explain audio. Real question is, where does the cat's audio feed into? Wherever she wants. It's magical. Okay, so we're at the I'm holding my cat part of the stream. Oh, look at this. It's time to get down already. Okay, hold on. I want to get you down safely. Jeez. That lasts a lot longer than expected, actually. Yeah, it did. And when she wants to jump down, I gotta make sure to rotate my chair because I have stuff here, and I don't want her to just leap down into a pile of things. I want her to leap down onto carpet. Okay, so cat story. In down here in the command center, over that way, is there's a TV and a chair, and there's a gas fireplace, and there's a mantle because it used to be a fireplace, like chop wood, put it in, type thing. And there's a mantle, cement coming out of brick, and then there's another shelf slightly above that over here. Well, we still have some boxes piled up in that corner. And last night, she climbed up the boxes, got onto that top shelf, started walking onto the mantle, because she could fit, of course. And on the mantle is a small clock. She walks up to the clock, and not being able to turn around and not being able to go forward, she slowly backs up, making sure not to hit anything with her back because she can't see behind her because the mantle is, so wide. But she backs up, then she looks down, sees a spot of carpet she can jump down onto, and then jumps down onto it. Like, cat, what are you doing? But yeah, she had an explore. Now she's just sitting over there. Okay. Well, as long as she's happy, I suppose. Yeah, okay. Just kind of sitting there. But yeah, because usually at night I'm over in a chair. I'm watching my latest detective show, Obsession, on streaming. And this detective show, Obsession, was called The Tourist, which is 6 episodes. It looks like there's going to be a season 2, but they did pretty good wrapping up season 1, so that was keen. What other detective show? Oh, and The Tourist is a guy's being chased, and we see him being chased. We see him, do a couple things. He gets chased by a semi truck, right? Semi truck plows into him. His car flips over, and before the guy can finish the job, someone drives along and witnesses the accident. So semi truck driver leaves, but this guy wakes up and he's lost his memory. He has amnesia. And so then, you find out, well, why was he being chased? What was he doing? Who was he? And that unfolds over 6 episodes. And it has some dark comedy to it. And it's kind of fun. So I would check that out. Season 2 is, I guess, was greenlit. And it's if you like darkish humor in your things, and that was my latest detective-y show. So yeah, I liked it. All right, so back to audio. After I dove deep into the rabbit hole. Okay, so setting up. Why don't I just start over and try to do this? There was a cat interruption, okay? All right. So first thing I do is I use Mixline, which I'll post that again in chat. Instead of using the Windows audio settings to tell each program where to route the audio to, I say Mixline. You are in charge of sending my audio programs to a specific channel on my Rodecaster Duo. If I was using Wavelink, Mixline would be the thing that would send audio to a particular wavelength channel, because Windows messes up your audio on its own without any help. So if you use Mixline and leave all your Windows settings at default, I don't believe I've had any problems with my audio routing around since I started doing that. So yeah, that's tip one. Now then, I have essentially 3 audio channels to use on the Rodecaster Duo. There's 4 sliders. One of those sliders is exclusively for my microphone. Then I have 3 channels. Then I have some virtual channels too. I can set up to use. But basically, I have 4 sliders. So everything I do is kind of going into one of these 3 audio channels. And then I have that audio channel separate in OBS. I don't do a full, like if you go into Wavelink, you can put in either the full stream mix or you can do separate audio channels. You know, you can have your microphone, you can have your SFX, you can have your music. And you can fill OBS with as many audio sources as you want, right, on the program. But if you're recording it and separating out the tracks, you get 6 tracks in that recording. So you have to kind of decide where you want these things to go at some point. Now, for streaming, I have everything going on the first audio track. Like audio track 1 just gets everything. And then I use the other audio tracks to separate things out. And I'll show you this handy dandy graphic if I can get to it. Demo window. Hey, there we go. My handy dandy graphic. Look at that. So this is what I do. So my audio sources, like my mic, anything that is a chat audio source like Discord or Zoom goes to the it's called Rodecaster Duo chat. So it'd be that all goes to the Rodecaster Duo chat channel, and music goes like such modifier Soundscape goes to the Rodecaster Duo secondary channel. And then if I'm using if I have friends on and I want to be able to separate game audio from them, I would change this up and have their chat go to the main stereo along with my microphone. And so, you know, the first bit is routing your Windows audio into Stiggy Man. Hello, welcome on in. So the first bit is routing your Windows audio into another program, whether that is just using OBS and you're just inputting audio sources into OBS, or if you're using a other program like I'm using the Rodecaster Duo, so I'm telling everything to go into the Rodecaster Duo because it's a lot easier for me to control my audio that way. And then you have 6 OBS audio tracks. And I've broken down what I do here. So track 1, and we'll show you how to do all this in OBS after this. So track 1 is stream. It's what you're hearing now. It's everything. It is the music, the Twitch alerts, all the stuff goes into track 1. All right, and then usually when I'm editing, because you're thinking about the edit when you do this multi-track stuff, is that, you know, do you need just one track of everything? Do you need to separate out a particular thing of audio for any reason? And this is helpful in making shorts and cutting down your live streams, whatever you want to do, because maybe you only need to boost up one audio and you don't need to, you know, maybe your video game audio is loud enough, but you don't, but you need your mic audio louder instead of going, okay, this power wave, and this segment, this segment, this segment in the timeline. You're just applying all to one wave, and then you can do that. Now you'll want to, what I found in multi-track recording when you're editing it is that you'll want to get rid of track 1 and just focus on the other tracks, or get rid of all the other tracks and just use track 1. Otherwise, your audio sounds weird. At least I use DaVinci Resolve to edit. So if you use DaVinci Resolve to edit, and you play your video and you're multi-track recording, and you have a one audio stream that's all you're recording, it's going to sound, and then you have it broken up, it's going to sound weird. But just mute the all stream track, the all audio track, or the individual track, whatever, and it'll sound fine. It'll be fine. Trust me. Yeah, I've done this. So now with OBS, you can do a special thing with your Twitch VOD and take out the music source. So you notice here, and that will be track 2. So when in OBS in your settings, you can go, okay, so for my Twitch VOD, I want you to only take things that are in track 2, and I leave my music out of it, and that way there's no, even though I shouldn't get a copyright strike for the music I use, that way that music is just out of the VOD. So you notice I have mic, video game, and alerts all in track 2, but I don't have music in track 2. And this is a special feature of OBS. I don't think other things do this. So yeah, so if you're doing OBS audio sources, track 1, I just put everything. Track 2, I reserve for the Twitch VOD. You can forgive me. You can actually set which track it is that the VOD pays attention to. So if you don't want it to be 2, it doesn't have to be 2. But yeah, so you can set it, and there's just a little radial button, and we'll probably get to those settings in a minute as well. Track 3, I put my mic. Track 4, video games. Track 5, music. Track 6, Twitch alerts. Twitch alerts do not go through my Rodecaster Duo. They're just their own separate thing in OBS. Again, you can put as many audio sources as you want when you're streaming OBS, but if you want to get them down, you get 6 tracks, and you have to decide where you want things to go. Or you can just leave everything at default, and everything will go to all the tracks, right? So yeah, and so this is my basic setup for when I stream, when I'm just me, the video games. And then, okay, this is going to show up weird, but I don't know why. So how to do this? You got your audio in. It's going to show up weird. Forgive me. Just a second. We'll fix it. I don't know why this happened, but for some reason, it's not keeping the scale that I asked it to keep. It's very strange. That's not what I wanted to do either. Bear with me one moment here. I don't know why it's not just keeping. Here we go. There. Okay. So if you didn't know, you can pull out your various docks on the bottom of OBS and put them in separate screens. So this is my audio. As you can see, we have, I can actually turn on my little light thing. Actually, let's use the magnifying glass. We have my mic, obviously, my mic, right? Spotify, and Twitch alerts, all separate thing. And if I switch over to the game scene, Let's see how this works. Okay, this is fine. You notice I have game audio and then my mic, Spotify, and Twitch alerts, right? So when you're, oh, it reset. Dang it, stop doing this. Let's just try a new display capture. That's kind of annoying. All right, OBS, I get it. You don't like that for whatever reason. Stop doing weird things. All right, and then, oh no, that's not what I want to happen. It's gonna get weird again. Why are you like this, OBS? Okay, here we go. Doing it live. Because OBS gets weird sometimes. And doesn't like me. But I like you, OBS. You're great. Just need you to be a little more great at times. Okay, here we go. That should work. Let's try it. Game? Yay! That is like I want it. Demo window? Hey! All right. For whatever reason, that source was just messed up. Okay. So this is your audio mixer, as you can tell right up there. And to assign your audio tracks where they need to go, you click this gear down here. Let's see here if I can show you a little more screen. All right, so the gear right here, click that. And then here is, oh, let me move the window, this over. There we go. And widen it out just a bit. So here's everything it thinks should have an audio source attached to it, right? Oh, one moment. There we go. So like my background, I call moving background, and because it's a media file, OBS goes, well, it should have audio, right? There's no audio, so I just make sure these are all unchecked. There's no audio. There's no reason to have it. The Amuse Spotify app, it puts here, again, it doesn't need to go anywhere. No reason. So and NVIDIA Broadcast. So what we're mainly worried about is the Duo main, the Duo secondary, and the Twitch alerts. So, as you can see, everything that's a clear audio source is going to track 1. What you're hearing is all the things, right? So track 1. This is my stream track, right? Track 1. So I make sure everything that has to have audio is going to track 1. And then I also need my mic to go to track 2. And I don't need Spotify to go to track 2 because this is my Twitch VOD track, and in case something decides to go, oh, there's a copyright strike for whatever reason, I don't include it in track 2. And this is confusing because it's box and then number, box and then number, and sometimes I get lost in 3 and 4 and like think this box is 3, but no, this box is 3. So it's box and then number. And so music's out of track 2. But what's in track 2? Twitch alerts are in track 2. I had to double check each time. Yeah, I do the same. Oh, I could put up chat, I think, for this. Let's see here. Do I have chat? Oh. Beep. Yeah, there's chat. Okay, so I always double check this. So I have the main track of everything. I have the track that's just for Twitch VOD, and then when I look at this in my video editing software, I have my mic exclusively on track 3 and nothing else in the track 3 column, right? And for music, Spotify, I have it only on track 5 and nothing else in the track 5 column. Twitch alerts are on track 6, nothing else in the track 6 nothing else in the track 6 column. So I kind of look at columns and rows here. I found that handy. Like, I know my mic should be the only audio source in track 3. I can look up and down in the column of track 3. If there's anything else checked, I know to uncheck it. Same thing with Twitch alerts. They should be the only thing in track 6. Nothing else should be checked. All right, and then if we do the same thing for game audio, I'll go over to this screen here, and you see now I have game audio, and that's the duo chat channel that we showed earlier, and that's going to track 4. The only thing going to track 4, right? And I want it on the everything channel. I want it on the VOD channel. And to manipulate on itself, I need to go 4. Reading this confused me, so I'm just going over it as I had to tell myself how to observe these things. So I hope it's helpful for everyone else. Because looking at this and going, okay, what is going on here? I had trouble with it, so this is how I explain it to myself, basically. So yeah, so 6 audio tracks. Now I could have 8, 10 audio sources, and they would all be displayed here in this list. But then I have to decide. But if I'm looking at the recording, I have to decide where those 10 things are going. I only have 6 tracks going out in OBS, so you can, right? So just because this says 6 doesn't mean that you only get 6 audio sources. You can put as many audio sources as you want. This is only for the recording going out. I also needed to uncheck active sources since I have some videos that play in other scenes. Oh yeah. There is that. Maybe I should show some of that as well. Yeah, I'll show that window too. So yeah, tracks, and like I said, just because there's 6 tracks here doesn't mean you only get 6 audio sources. You can put as many sources as you want into OBS. But if you're doing editing and need to separate out the tracks, you get 6. All right. So that's that bit. Now let's get into some other audio settings here in OBS. Just give me a minute to pull up that particular window. Wait, can I do this? And I forget if it lets me control other things with the settings. So, okay. Let's see how this works out. Boom. Okay. You can still see my audio mixer behind this. But so in OBS, I'm using the settings tab. So usually under controls, there's start, stop streaming, start, stop recording, virtual camera, studio mode, settings. You click settings, and then this is the window that pops up. Let me just move my audio mixer back out of the way. Audio mixer. Hey, oh, right, I can't affect, see, one moment. I can't affect things while the setting window is up. And let me put my audio mixer back to where I have it usually. And then decrease its size because that's way too big. And now everything's too large. Alright, there we go. Okay, so we'll do this again. Just because OBS doesn't... What is with the chat thing? Why didn't that... Okay, never mind. Just get rid of that right now. It's just being confusing. Okay, settings. And let me drag it back over because I can't do anything in OBS. So, here's the settings window. Let's see if I can center that a little more. Right, then you go to stream, or I'm sorry, audio, or no, output. Go to output. And streaming, you notice, okay, streaming settings, audio track. I want everything in audio track 1 to go out to all of you. So that radio button's pushed. Right, so, and this is also what confused me, is that checkboxes, and then now we have the radio buttons because they only want you to select one radio button. And I'm like, okay, so instead of saying audio tracks 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6, I need to go out. I just pick one of them. And so setting up your audio in those settings to here, to the settings screen, because it's a different button, it's a radio button, not a checkbox, just confused me. So streaming settings, audio track 1 is the track I want to go out to all of you. I can pick any of the 6. Twitch VOD track, check that it's going. I can't affect that because I am currently streaming. But that is track 2. Again, I could pick any track I wanted for any of these. But track 2, the track without the Spotify music, is what I want you to pay attention to for the Twitch VOD. Alright, and then you can go to audio bitrate, 320 for everything. Why not? Alright, recording. Now here you can see, where I put my recordings, my recording format, use stream encoder, audio encoder, and then audio track. You can, if you don't have anything on an audio track, you could take one out and not have it in the recording. But I'm afraid I would get confused if I did that, because say I didn't need track 3, and I unchecked track 3. What I don't know, and maybe I'll test this someday, but because I've been actually doing things I want to preserve and things like that, I haven't. If I take out track 3, does my editing program now go, okay, you got tracks 1, 2, and audio track 3 for me is track 4, because that's the third audio track in the list, 5, 6, and now they don't align with each other how I have them, and then I get all sorts of confused. So I'm just leaving all 6 checked for the time being. And then, what was the other thing? Not video. Global audio devices. If you want, looking at this, I now ponder maybe to remove track 1 and 2 from the recording period. Oh yeah, that could be. That might be. Actually, that would probably be great to do. And then the other tracks, no matter what order they're in, you're just eliminating tracks 1 and 2, and you can figure it out from there. So global audio devices, these are sometimes, you'll see this picked by default. I disable all these because this will send the audio of whatever you're picking here to all of your scenes in OBS. I don't want that. I want the audio to be discrete. So I just disable all this. Right? And then everything else is just default. I don't use hotkeys that off for much of my audio. Or I should say I don't use OBS hotkeys. But yeah, so I disable all these because sometimes you'll be doing something and you could get weird audio and you're wondering where it's coming from. Well, it's coming from another thing because you have it set in global audio devices. And so I'm just like, no, I don't want audio going everywhere. I want to control that, right? So disable all that. Sample rate, I have at 48 kilohertz, then channel stereo. All right, is there anything else I need to look at here? Accessibility, hotkeys, video. Output, stream. Is there anything in general? Studio mode, multi-view. Okay, I think I've hit everything. I'm just double checking. Cancel that. I was changing a setting. I'm like, oh, no, don't change that, please. Thank you. All right. So anyway, let me go back through this. Okay, nothing there. Streaming. Are there any other settings here? Audio, we went through. Video, there's not going to be. Hotkeys, advanced. Anything in advanced. Stream delay, automatically reconnect. Sources. Okay. Doesn't look like there's anything else I need to go over with that. And yeah. And let me open up a project in DaVinci Resolve, and you can see the final results. So give me a moment here. I'm gonna do that and shrink that. Doing it live. Where is DaVinci Resolve? There it is. Okay, I use the free version of DaVinci Resolve to edit all my things. Now, you saw that when I record, it goes into MKV. There's also a setting you can set to make it into MP4 because maybe your editing program doesn't use MKV files. So you can set to just make it an MP4, or you can have it when you're done recording, you can have automatically give you an MKV and then make that MKV into an MP4 as well. So if your if your video editor doesn't take MKV files, just because you saw that's why I have up, you can either just record to MP4 or another format. And but MP4 is pretty universal at this point. So we will bring up a project, and let me get one of my recent OBS recordings and put that in. Luckily, I have folders for things. The trick is finding those folders for things. OBS recordings right there. Okay. So if I pull in, and I should be able to pull in any one of these. Yeah, let's pull in this one. This should have change. and it'll be loading the audio waves, so you won't see those. But okay. Do I want to wait for it to show me, or do I just want? I just want to show you instead of waiting for the program to figure out that there's indeed audio. Let me make sure I'm saying true things. Yes. Okay. I am saying true things. And let me move this window down. Okay. All right. So I pull it in and demo window. Let's do this. Change this up a minute. Okay. So you see me there. Yay. Look, this is DaVinci Resolve. We only care about the audio at this point. The timeline. And so DaVinci Resolve sometimes takes a while to show the actual wave here. But trust me, there's audio going on. So here we have audio 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, corresponding to everything we just set up. And in Resolve, if I want to mute a track, I just hit the M and mute it. Because eventually, what you're going to do is mix all this down into one video track, one audio track, right? So you can mess with your individual tracks. Like I said, I take to audio track 1 and I just delete track. Oops, that deleted track 6. Don't do what I just did. So I would lock these other tracks, is what I should be doing. And then when I hit audio track, oh, now you can see my audio there. And notice my audio wave is not in 4, 5, or 6. It's just in 1, which is, again, the stream to everybody. 2 is the VOD. And 3 is just my microphone. So then I say, get rid of that one. There's track 1 gone. And the video went away too. But also, if I didn't want this track in my final mix and I was having editing problems like I am now because it doesn't want to separate itself out from the video. Oh, I gotta lock the video too. So there we go. And then delete that. And now it went back to the beginning of my video, but track 1's gone. Right? I'm only going to get my audio through one of these tracks. And there's not any audio here, but yeah. That's the idea. And now you see all the audio sources have something going on in them. But then if I just want to manipulate my voice, make it louder, I have that option, right? I can just select that track and go, I only want to use audio track 3. I only want my voice. I need my voice to be louder across my whole entire timeline and not worry about it affecting my music or anything else. And do that. So, yay. All right, let's go back here. And I did that recently for a client of mine. This would be good for post-processing ducking as well. Yeah. Which we're going to get into auto audio ducking. But you can do the same thing in post. You know, make one audio source be lower when another one's active. Let's see here. Don't save changes. Let that go. Okay. Audio ducking. Quack. Hello. Welcome on in. So let's see here. All right. So that's using multi-track audio in OBS. Believe me, I've been staring at those audio check boxes and radio buttons sometimes and going like, what is happening? So hopefully that distilled it down. And if you're like me and you're just looking at it in confuso vision, hopefully that cleared a few things up. Now let's go back into audio. If you have any questions on audio routing, how I do it, actually let me pull up the handy dandy graphic again. Oop. I want to get rid of that. We want the audio routing graphic. There it is again. That's how I do my audio sources. If you're wondering, I made this in Canva last night. I was talking with Herb, and thanks to Herb, he had this whole text diagram where he puts the audio sources, right? And I just like, this is a good idea. And so I made this flowchart thing. Happy Friday, yeah! Glad to be here on Friday. Glad you're all here. Thanks for coming on in. So I have my audio sources, which are my programs in Windows, where they go into my audio mixer, my Rodecaster Duo, and then where they're set in OBS. And so, yeah, by the way, Canva has this thing called Whiteboard. And yeah, it lets you make squares like this and things. And then once you make the square, it'll instantly have a little cursor for you to type text in. It's amazing. And then you can do these post-it notes too. I love that. So if you're a Canva user, Whiteboard, and you can do stuff like this, like that there. And since it's Canva, it's an infinite page, and then when you export it, it kind of, it will squish it down to where you want, give you some margin. But yeah. So this was once I looked up how to do whiteboard things and played around with it. Making this was fairly quick. Yeah. So we want to get into audio ducking, which will take away the graphic again and take away that. And now I gotta move my audio mixer back to where it was, where everyone can see it. Doing it live, moving windows. Yeah, moving windows for fun and profit or something. I don't know. Words. Okay. So we're going to get into audio ducking here in a moment. As soon as I prep the screen. Yeah, prepping screens. This is another display capture. Where did display capture? Oh, display capture. You know, when you're picking sources in OBS, they're in alphabetical order. So if I just look below C, there's D for display capture. Pro tip. Okay, and once again, we have this big mess, which we're going to transform, edit, transform, no bounds. Excellent. Way wrong window. They use the alphabet? No way, right? Like, amazing. Why use alphabet? It's amazing. let's shrink this down for everybody here. And in Biggin. All right, so once again, you see my 3 audio tracks. Actually, I can cut this down a bit. All right, so now audio ducking, yay, which is making one source louder than another. And I have a button on my Rodecaster Duo that allows me to do audio ducking. I just program one of the pads, and I put ducking on it, and then anytime my microphone is active, anytime I'm speaking into it, all the other audio sources come on down. Right? And that's the way Rodecaster Duo does it. It gives priority to microphones. So, yeah. However, you can do the same thing in OBS if you don't need a Rodecaster Duo and you use something like Wavelength or whatever. You can achieve it easy for free. So you go to your audio settings, and I should have it under Spotify, I think. Yeah. So you can't see that menu. Let me get it so y'all can see that menu. That should be good enough. So you go to your audio mixer panel thingy. Audio mixer panel thingy in OBS. You click the 3 dots here, right below the audio. You'd think that they would build ducking into Wavelength, since they espouse the idea of using only one source in OBS for convenience. Yeah, I gotta tell you, not using one source in OBS is great. Even though I can just take one master source and use it, I almost never do anymore. Now I wonder if Elgato has a plugin for that. Oh, maybe. After the marketplace? Yeah, they could. Might be an audio ducking plugin. Or there might even be a VST that allows you to do audio ducking in it. That'd be something. But audio ducking. So I want to have my Spotify go down whenever my mic source is active. So I click settings, and then I go to filters, and let's use dot here. Go to filters. You get your filter window up, and let me bring the filter window over. Hit the plus. And you want to go to compressor. I think my only worry about audio ducking in OBS is if the actual game audio also ducks out on the recording. It should. I mean, I always want my voice to be the loudest thing, and so and then I want the game audio to come back louder after I'm done talking. But yeah, I would think it does, because it affects the audio source, so it should affect the volume of the audio source on the recording as well. So go to compressor. You can name it whatever you want. You hit OK, and now you get this. Well, compressor does certain things to audio. That's fair. I just decide to be loud. But if you don't want it to do these things to your audio track and you only want it to do audio ducking, that's what this thing does. This box here, this side chain ducking source. As soon as you select something, this now becomes an audio ducking thing and no longer does. Otherwise, you are affecting your audio. But as soon as you select something here, it will only affect when you have the source picked. So here, what's the audio source? So is my mic even in here? I don't think it is because I have to do, yeah, it is. So I choose my mic. Now, if you want compressor to run normally, you just make you just put another one in, right? And now I have compressor. Or if I want, another source to also decrease this source, I can pick a different source. Like are any of these audio sources here? I'm not seeing one right now. But yeah, so just pick another source if you want it to duck, or if you want compressor to operate as compressor, just put another filter in. Sidey chat. Yeah. So in this scene, that's the chat below. That's Sidey chat. So yeah, let's get rid of that. Yes, I want to remove compressor too. Okay, so I've selected something. Now this comes up when I mic. So ratio, you probably want to play with these, ratio, threshold, because threshold is going to be how far it goes down. So you can talk and do test recordings, or just look at how far down the audio. Just look at the audio meter. These right here, the audio meter. Just look at the audio meter with both sources going and see if it goes down far enough for you. And attack is how quickly it comes on. So I usually do this at 1. I want to happen right away. Release, I give it a little bit of time to come back, so it's not a sudden come back and blasting everyone out. So release is after I'm done talking, how much time before it gets up to what I've set as full volume. Right? And then output gain, you can, if you want your source to be louder, you can mess with that. But that's what attack, release, and threshold then is, what level you want that at in OBS. And then you've achieved audio ducking. Yay! And audio ducking is great, y'all. I can't over recommend audio ducking. Quack, yeah. If you look at my graphic I put on Twitter, for this, I have audio ducking, and there's a little rubber duck graphic next to where it says audio ducking. That's a wave in the background, and I giggled, so it's good. All right, so let me move my audio mixer back to where it was, just so I can have my... Imagine me wanting my sources back where they were. How weird is that? Right? Like, what's with me wanting things to be where they're at? Oh, no, captions. Captions, you need to be over here. Nope, captions, stop it. Stop it. Nope. Nope. Yeah, it's resizing weird. Stop resizing weird. Just go there. Oh, fine. I'll play with all this later. But at least I have my audio mixer back in the thing where I need it. sometimes OBS resizes things weird when you try to put them back in place. It happens. I don't know. It does a thing. So yeah, so that's audio tracking, audio mixing. Oh, and if you haven't been here before for audio ducking, let me turn it on. Again, I'm using the Rodecaster Duo to do this. So I turn on ducking. And I'll turn on Spotify. Turn Spotify up. But as I'm talking, notice that the volume on Spotify gets a little lower. And I can set that to be whatever I like. And yeah. I can set the general loudness of it, so it's always kind of quiet. But when I talk, the Spotify volume should be going down. And I have this set basically for game audio. So that if a big moment comes up in games, I can be silent and the audio is, louder for you all. I don't have to play with my sliders. I can just have my audio set to where I want it to be at full volume. And then when I'm talking, it goes down. I'm louder than it. And yeah, magic happens. And it's one of those kind of set it and forget it things that you can do. It's the same instinct as driving past cows and going moo, right? Let's see here. Here is... Anyway, here's my tweet with the rubber duck graphic in it. You can take a look at that, because I'm going to go on break and be back in about 5 minutes, run some ads, stay tuned, and then we'll go over news item things. All right, be right back. everybody. How y'all doing? Thanks for sticking around through the break. Ad should be done by now. Let's see here. Oh, I don't think I got through the whole story a little earlier about the multi-track thing. I did some recording for a client. Demiplane occasionally hires me to produce their shows, so I did some pre-records for Children of Arte, and I did a multi-audio track thing, and I gave those to the regular producer who was away. That's why they bring me in when their regular producer's away. They go, hey, can you do this on this date? I'm like, yes. So I did the multi-track thing, and yeah, I got the note back from the regular producer that was very handy to have multi-track. So it's something I can offer to people as well. Is like, okay, here's these tracks. Here's what I did, and I also broke it down in the email saying, okay, track 1 is everything. Track 2 is right. I didn't just hand him the file. I said, this is what I did, so you could follow along. And then one of the reasons I got the Rodecaster Duo was also and we did this at the reason I got the Rodecaster Duo was because at the Rivals finale, the studio that produced that, they had a regular Rodecaster, and they gave me the audio file right from the recorded Rodecaster, and Rodecaster Duo does the same thing, where you can record to an SD card whatever audio sources you flow into it. So I was also able to give him essentially a WAV file, and Rodecaster breaks down everything for you. Like, it will separate out the audio sources. If you're recording 3 audio sources, it goes, okay, here's a WAV with everything. Here's just this audio source. Here's just this audio source. Here's just this audio source in one little zip file. Right? So I gave him that as well, which probably didn't need, but it's nice to be able to have that to offer to people I produce shows for. Be like, here you go. Here's another way in case all of that audio in the recording doesn't work. Here's a backup. Right? So I was able to just I dropped them in a folder and shared the link, and yeah, we did that. So that's probably what I'll be doing from now on for people, is using multi-track recording, and they use Sirenscape, so I was able to put their voice on one channel, put Sirenscape on another, and yeah, that was well received. So I think I'm going to keep that up. Yeah, so as I was happy with the results, they were happy with the results. So yay, everyone was happy. And again, I had to include the thing. Okay, so in my video editor, if you just play the audio and have it all going, it's gonna sound weird. So you either got to eliminate the track that has everything, or eliminate all the other tracks and just keep the track that has everything. Because you'll play it and it'll sound weird, but trust me, if you know your audio levels are good, if you know what each audio source is going to sound like coming out, it's still there. You just got to remove either all your audio sources but one, or the other way around. So pro tip, if you bring a multi-track thing in, that you've done in OBS and you bring it to an editor program. Sounds weird. Just, eliminate a track or multiple tracks and your audio will be fine. Why did it say another ad was about to start? We just had an ad break. Twitch, what are you doing? I know none of you saw that, but okay. Let's get on with news things. If you want to talk about audio, by the way, let me know any questions you have, any comments, anything that you do. Let me know. Otherwise, we're just gonna kind of chill and relax. And Vancouver by night, hello. As someone who just does regular audio, which I think is just what I hear in the headphones via like a Zoom call, is there a way to get an audio source that doesn't play everything from my computer? Yes. Just hearing that. Is there a way to get an audio source that doesn't play everything? So yeah, you just want to play the Zoom. You just want the Zoom call to go through, right? So OBS. I believe that's what you're saying. You just want the Zoom audio and not everything else. Okay, cool. So I can show this off. Let's do the thing again. We'll do another demo window. I can show this off too. It'll be great. Let's see here. You want okay. So we're talking audio sources. Let me drag my sources menu over, and you can see all my audio sources. There's no big secrets here, so you can see them all. See my nested scenes. But oops, come on. As you can see, I just named the demo window was quick, and so I didn't even bother naming it properly. Then mouse has to go over here. Moving things. Actually, the menu's gonna pop down here, so let's get that a little lower. Bring that in. In biggin. So yeah, this is my sources of seeing what the sauce is made. So the window you enhance, the window you're looking at right now. This is what I named the caption or the display source that you're seeing, just because I wanted a display source and I didn't feel like naming it properly. So it's just this. Y'all don't do this. Name your stuff so you can figure out what it is later. But so what you want to do to just isolate Zoom is you'll have to have Zoom running, and then great minds think alike there, Dean. And then you hit add audio source, and you go to you can go to application audio capture, or you can go to audio input capture, depending on, or it might be audio output capture. I get confused sometimes because the way Rodecaster Duo interfaces with OBS and the way programs interface with OBS is sometimes a little different. But if you go to application audio capture and add you get this window, add existing, okay, and now I can select. Now you can't see this window because it popped up elsewhere. You can select whatever program you have running. Let me make sure I don't have anything running that. Okay, I think we're good. Let me just close this just in case. But then any program, click here, like Google Chrome. Well, now I'm just capturing Google Chrome audio, or just the Discord, or NVIDIA, whatever. As long as it's an open program on your computer, I could even do just Spotify. If I didn't run Spotify through my mixer, here's where I would just put in Spotify audio and it won't capture anything else. So Zoom will appear in this window if you activate Zoom, and then it will appear as an audio source in your audio mixer window. So theoretically, you could do this for, say, Zoom and Steam. Yes. Yep. Oh dear. Okay, putting these things back where I want them is OBS. Why are you like this? OBS, let me love you. Okay, that goes there. That goes there. Now, if I accidentally click on YouTube when recording, it shouldn't play in my ear and mess up the recording. Yeah, no problem. So yeah, I'm all about separating out audio sources, just in the mixer and now in my recordings. And I've been playing with the OBS, sending things to a specific channel for a couple weeks now, before I decided to talk to you all about it, and go through my troubles and things like that. So hopefully that was helpful. But anyway, yeah, if you have other audio questions, hey, I'll be glad to answer. Or if not, if I can't answer it, possibly steer you at a source that can. Need to sit down and play with setting up all those channels, etc. eventually. Maybe in year 5. Right? Yeah, and I mean, Herb's idea of just having the text... of having the text document and outlining the channels was just like, I'm like, this is easy and brilliant, and why didn't I think of this? Because I'm not Herb. But what led me to create this audio routing graphic, and again, if you have Canva or any whiteboard program, that's why I did this in, or just make a text file for yourself. And so yeah, because what I do is I try to put everything in my head instead of writing down the steps so I can just look at step 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm like, okay, I know what all these are, and I keep all that in my head, and I go, okay, what's next, what's next, what's next, where I could just write stuff down and look at that instead of trying to keep it all in my head. Sirius, yeah, Sirius, thanks for the raid. Welcome on in. Yay, rating. Woo! Good to see ya. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for bringing your folks over. I'm DC. You can find me Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky under DC Lasair. That's DC Lasair. Y'all should be following Sirius. Go click their Twitch page. Show Sirius some love. Anyway, dclasair.bio.link will show me. Sirius, how was your stream? Let me know. dclasair.bio.link will take you to a link to all of my links. It'll be fascinating. We're talking about audio today, so if you have any questions about audio and specifically setting up audio in OBS and using multiple tracks and audio ducking in that for streaming was good. You had small, big struggles with Yarn. Oh, well, I'm glad that there's laughing icons surrounding that. So, yay. Yeah, Yarn, and need to check the VOD because I forgot I had something I need to run and do. All right. Well, thanks for bringing everyone here. But yeah, I figured out in the end with help. Yay! So yeah, thanks for bringing your folks on over. And yeah, go do the things. Anyway, I wonder if my audio effect still works. No, something happened to the audio effect. No. Anyway, producer to the stars, internet famous, me. I'll have to figure out where the audio sound I have attached to that went someday. So yeah, we're talking audio. If you have any questions, do that. Otherwise, kind of chill now and go through tech news and TTRPG news, things like that, just to round out the weekend. And I've activated your learning caps. If you want to take off the learning caps or just kind of put them to the side, feel free. Like I said, this is just news time, and I would just look for articles that I like. Things like that. Put on a little music for y'all. Turn that down just a bit. Just to add ambiance. Yeah, that's a word, right? Yeah. So let me make sure nothing's popped up. And if you have any other questions on streaming for OBS or producing a show, let me know. And if I don't know it, I can probably point you somewhere that will help answer your question. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I have regular sites I look at the end of the week. So I'm just looking at those. Some weeks there's not a lot to talk about. Sometimes it's just a bunch of sales. Things like that. This can be important to people. Google Pay is shutting down later this year. Google Wallet will still be a thing. But if you use Google Pay, you have until June to use Google Wallet instead. This is on Engadget. So yeah, if you're using Google Pay, they want you to switch to Google Wallet. You'll still be able to access your funds and things in Google Pay afterwards. But you want to transition out of Google Pay, and if you want to stick with Google, use Wallet or use something else. You can still take care of any money you might have through Google Pay after it shuts down. That's my impression anyway. Yeah, okay, so they clarify this at the bottom. The standalone Google Pay app is shutting down in the US, not the actual service. It will still be available through Google Wallet moving forward. So it's just the app, and Google Wallet will be... Google Pay and Google Wallet are kind of smashing together then. So that's an update I didn't know. That was just posted earlier today. That's a widely used service. Yeah. So they're just... You won't see the Google Pay app. It'll just be Google Wallet now. But just in case, you can still log into your Pay, check it out, and make sure that everything is agreeable. Getting rid of the standalone app, yeah. I mean, it's what Google does, right? They're like, we're using this branding now. Or we're not using this branding at all anymore. And you're like, oh, okay. But yeah, sometimes some of those things make sense. Like, why keep multiple brands together? And then sometimes you wonder why they don't just combine things into one thing. But yeah, okay, here's a thing. Still on Engadget. Framework's new sub $500 modular laptop has no RAM, storage, or OS. The idea is for you to pick the parts you want and install them yourself. So if you're interested in that, I guess they want laptops to be modular and upgradable. And you can now do it for with the 13-inch machine for under $500. Oh, nice. It's an 11th gen Intel Core i7 processor. Huh. There's no Wi-Fi connectivity, power adapter, or even an operating system. Wow. So if you want to tinker and really make your own laptop, because obviously it's going to be more than $500 when you get done, right? But maybe you can save yourself a few bucks and get parts for cheaper and, you know, put together. But there you go. That's an option for you if you like. It's kind of neat. An interesting idea for sure. For people who maybe had their stuff burn out, yeah, that's a good point too. Like motherboard failure, yeah. I mean, it is nicer than having to replace a whole laptop, just replacing a part. Look inside Chinese. Let's see here. Yeah, nothing here. Okay, I'm going to be a little petty. I'm going to put in this. This is on TechCrunch. Embarrassing and wrong. Google admits it's lost control of image-generating AI. Yeah, suck it, AI. That's on TechCrunch. Haha. Yeah. That was such an interesting problem for it to have, too. Yeah, that was wild, but it's AI failing, so I feel the need to highlight it. Google tried so hard to fight one bias and created another. No. Oh, so tomorrow I'm running my Spelljammer game again. That is my in-person game, and I'm excited to do that. I have gone through many of the villains in the Spelljammer book, or I should say many of the monsters in the Spelljammer book. And yeah, I just the Astral Sea is a fun sandbox to play in. It really is. All right. That's all the tech sites I normally look at. Switch over to TTRPG things. Any news in the sphere that interests me? If you have anything, by all means, put it on in. Chat. Oh. There's an article from yesterday on EN World. 2 Tomb Raider licensed RPG announced by Evil Hat Publishing. Here's that article. What else do we have? Okay. No. How old is this article? February 20th. So earlier this week. Okay. This on tabletopgamingnews.com. Free League has a Kickstarter up for a new sci-fi RPG. So if you're interested in, there's the article. The Kickstarter will launch on March 19th. So see what they pull out. Let's see here. All right. Here's another thing. This is on Dicebreaker. While only tangentially TTRPG related, there's another pretty cool Kickstarter coming up that I'm stoked about. Yeah? What's that? If you want to, you'll probably have to message me the link. No, allow that. Friday Afternoon Tea is working on a Kickstarter for teabagging machines. Ooh. I mean, come on, Automod. It's what they do, right? They bag tea. Nice Automod. But yes, I have been gifted Friday Tea before. It is lovely. If you haven't checked out Friday Tea, check out Friday Tea. You can find them at fridaytea.com. They do geeky tea house tea blends that are very good. They had a. They might still have it. I haven't ordered it in a while. But they had a. I really like black tea. And they had, oh, yep, they still have it. Double cream Earl Grey is fantastic. I really like that. Specifically, I like hot tea. I don't really have a taste for iced tea. But if I can, heat some water, dip it in a tea bag, yay. But yeah, their double cream Earl Grey is magical. They're clearly machines that play Halo, right? Friday was talking about some of the goal stretch goals on Twitter. Awesome. So it's at Friday Tea on Twitter. If you want to check them out there. Go there. Check out the thing. So let's see here. Who did this? Cobalt Press. Going back to still TTRPG related. Going back to books and things. Cobalt Press is releasing a supplement called Souls Like Role Playing. So, you know, games like Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, that type of thing. They have a TTRPG book coming out. If that's your thing, there you go. Let's see, what else do we have? A company called... Wait, what? Who's publishing this? Canadian design studio Deep Dark Games. Okay, so there is a... Sorry, this is a different thing. This is not the... I understand the thing. I guess I don't understand the why. Same. But what I'm looking at is a game, but clearly it might not be a thing for me. Yeah, it's not really a thing for me either, but if you're interested in that, there it is. So there's a game called Home, and it's this again on Dicebreaker, is a Pacific Rim and Godzilla-inspired RPG where kaiju battles are fought from a bird's eye view. Yeah! Give me the kaiju battles. Let's see here. Players will create a pilot, construct their mech, and populate the map with cultural sites, towns, and desperate measures erected in the wake of the rift's opening. Oh, neat. Huh. Interesting. And there's a Kickstarter page in that article there. That sounds fun. Give me mechs. Give me mechs and robots and things like that. Anything else here? Okay. One more site I usually look at. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm good. All right. Close that down. What time do we have here? Oh, it's time to wrap up anyway. Okay. So we're going to see who else is on. If I can bring a raid over to anybody. And if you do have any questions, hit me up on Twitter. ask me, or you can email me info.dclasair@gmail.com. Let's see here. Who should we throw a raid over to? You know what? I know we were in D&D Jordan Lee yesterday, but we're going to raid D&D Jordan Lee again because their birthday weekend begins and they're celebrating their birthday. So let's go over there and have some good times with them. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Once again, I will be... one more thing. If you're going to a couple conventions, I will be at GaryCon. I have my panel. And the events open up for everyone tomorrow for GaryCon. So, yeah, if you want to come to my producer panel, tomorrow is your birthday and you're doing a birthday streamathon. Excellent! Yay! Birthday streamathons. Awesome. Happy birthday. GaryCon events come up for everybody tomorrow. So if you plan on going to GaryCon and you didn't get one of the gold tier badges or whatever they're called, events for everyone opens up tomorrow. Also tomorrow, if you're going to Gen Con and you know about the hotel blocks, you should be getting your email about when you can sign up for a hotel, because that will be on Sunday. So if you're going to GaryCon, check that out. If you need a hotel and want to get in on the hotel block rate for Gen Con, keep track of your email tomorrow, and if you've already purchased a badge, you will get a time that you can access the hotel portal. All right, so thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. One of the bennies of living local for Gen Con. Oh, awesome. Don't have to worry about the hotel block. Yeah. Nice. Wish you all the best of luck. Yeah. Well, luckily my friend group, there's my friend group that's here. I mean, I have friend group all over the internet, so but my friend group that's local, there's 3 or 4 of us that go to Gen Con, so there's 3 or 4 possibilities of maybe getting a good number in the hotel block. It not always going to work out, but we hope. So thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to each other. I will see you on Monday, and we'll be going back into Octopath Traveler 2, unless I decide on another game. I was playing... what is that called? What was I playing yesterday? Deep Rock Galactic Survivor yesterday, which is pretty fun. Still in early access. But yeah, I played it for a while, off stream as well. And may the orbs be ever in your pondering, right? So please be kind to yourself, be kind to each other. I'll see you all on Monday, noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Have a great weekend. Stay tuned for the raid. Bye.